Oh, damn, I was jamming. We're already live. All right. Welcome back. It's been a while. It's been about a month. We've taken a little vacation. It's been kind of a slow off season. We are heading into training camp, so obviously we're going to talk about that. We do have kind of a special announcement. But first we'll get into our pleasantries. My name is Jeff Steckel, aka Big Steck. You can find us obviously here at this AFC South show. Where predominantly Justin's been on because I've been again kind of on a hiatus. But yeah, make sure you show some love to all the other channels on the Curtis Podcast Network, and especially Kingmaker, where Justin's heading up. How are you doing, man? It's been a while.
Oh man, it's good to be back. Good to be back. We had us a little break, a little breather, getting ready, and baby, it's almost training camp time. It is what
tomorrow.
Football is here.
Yeah. I mean, we're back, and it was. I mean, I know Chris Ballard did a few things this offseason that he doesn't typically do, but it's just been kind of one of those off seasons where it's like there hasn't been a whole lot of excitement. I mean, sure, I'm excited to see football, but as far as the Colts go, it's like I just want to watch some football. And
other than
there hasn't been a whole lot of
additions in our draft picks, yeah, you're right. Yeah. There hadn't really been like a lot of crazy things happen. Like some of these teams, they make big super splash free agent additions and stuff like that. I mean, and we had our own. We were just so mad at Chris Ballard because he wasn't signing free agents that he needed to sign, filling holes that we needed, like just gaping gaps that we had on this team that were obvious. When other teams are exploiting that because they were so bad at that position. But finally it took Jim Irsay and family to I believe threaten his job. Say, hey, this is it. You're here. This is your last straw. I think that's what happened before he walked out to his press conference, and that's the only reason we got guys like Cam Ward. I mean, not Cam Ward, Charvarius Ward, and Cam Bynum. Sorry,
Bynum and Ward.
Yeah, so that's the only reason we got those guys.
But those were our two weakest positions. It needed to happen, and it happened. I mean, Ward is a great corner. Bynum, really good safety. So it was something that had to happen, and pending no injuries, and I'm knocking on wood, whatever. But that kind of solidifies that corner one spot, and of course we're going into training camp, so that's a great segue into position battles. We're going to be talking about that corner 2 spot, and kind of other positions that we'll be looking at that are pretty intriguing. But first things first. Justin and I, I know you think we don't do shit but talk to a camera, but we are trying to reach out and trying to get people, because we're in Houston. We're Houston Colts fans, and trying to get Indianapolis fans in general is a struggle. We don't know Colts fans in Houston, not many, and they're all in Indiana, and we're not there. So trying to get people on here to get video and shit like that, it's difficult. So if you are an Indiana fan, we'd love to have you on. Maybe you can get some videos going of training camp battles, stuff like that. That'd be awesome. Shoot it our way. I mean, obviously you're here, you know where to find us.
Yeah, we'll feature you on the show. We'll give you your credit. Give you your shout out.
There's someone that Justin was able to reach, and we were gonna have him on today. Unfortunately, schedules and stars just didn't align for that to happen. This person, and we're gonna say who he is at the end of the episode. But if you're a Colts fan, you know him, you know who he is. I'll give it away.
If you've gone to a home game, you've heard his voice.
You know who he is. And he was supposed to be here today. Unfortunately, again, like I said, stars didn't align, schedules didn't mesh up, and but he does want to do it. He does want to be on the show. We'll let you know when, but it is in a future episode. Hopefully, before the season starts, we'll be able to get him on here. We'll let you know who that person was. We were very excited and a little disappointed, but we get it. Shit happens.
We had training camp starting. Totally understand. Totally get it, man. So. Yeah. But yeah, we're very excited to have him on an upcoming episode. So y'all stay tuned for that.
For sure. But yeah, I mean, let's just get right into it. I mean, I could ask you what position battle you're looking at the most. I mean, if you're a Colts fan, you're probably going to say the quarterback position. So
outside of the glaring obvious one,
we'll save that for last, and we'll get into that at the end of it. We'll leave the glaring obvious out of the way. aside from that, what are the top? Let's go top three battles. Like which ones are we looking at the most when a training camp start tomorrow?
So look, there's as far as starters go, because I don't think any of these guys are in jeopardy of being cut. But far playing time, I'm looking at wide receiver.
Hmm.
Because tight end is not that's not a question. I mean, Tyler Warren has zero competition
Again.
in his meeting
If
room.
Mo Alley Cox is catching passes and Tyler Warren is either blocking or on the bench, something has gone horribly wrong.
Yes. Shane Steichen has sold the team out,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going for Arch Manning first overall. That's what that means.
Yeah.
In 2027. So
Jesus.
So the reason why I say wide receiver is because we got so many, man. We have so many good wide receivers. I know that Adonai Mitchell, he didn't really develop last year like we wanted him to. I think it just is for him. It might take a little bit longer to adapt to the speed of the NFL. He played in the SEC and for Texas, and it's such a great offense and all that over there. But the NFL is a different machine, and a lot of these young kids they aren't ready for that. So, and that's why we saw Alec Pierce take a massive step forward. I think Alec Pierce responded very well to that adversity of them saying, "Hey, you know what? We're not crazy about the production you've given us, so we're going to bring in another deep threat in Adonai Mitchell." And he was like, "All right, hold my beer, watch this." And dude, Alec Pierce, much respect to you, brother, for doing that. That's what every team wants out of their players when they bring in competition, like a certain position that we're going to talk about later on. But for me, day one, the first snap, my three wide receivers, if they have to be right now, is going to be Michael Pittman Jr., Josh Downs, Alec Pierce. And I don't think there's any argument with that. But with the talent that you have behind him, that's just a battle I want to see. I want to see, is Adonai Mitchell going to step up and actually push Alec Pierce for some snaps? Because let's not forget, Alec Pierce is up for an extension. Yeah. Are they going to give it to him? Or is Adonai going to step up? And they're like, no, need to. Hey, right, sorry, Alec. This guy turned into what we thought he was going to be, so we wish you the best of luck. Josh Downs, Michael Pittman, them guys ain't going nowhere. Like, they're our passing attack right now, So, but that's the one battle that I'm going to be looking at. But that's my fantasy football mind, and just I can't help it. The Kingmaker Sports, it just always is in me. You've kept a big eye on a couple of these positions. I'm curious to hear what you got to have next.
I'm going to go. I think the most interesting one to me, where I think it could actually turn into a really good battle, is corner. And I'm not talking about corner one. I think we've already discussed that, how offseason signing kind of covered that corner one spot. But I'm looking beyond that. I'm looking at corner two. So I think Dallas Flowers had made a really good argument to have that position. Juju Brents, he's 6'3". I mean, when he played his rookie season, and I use that emphasize when he played, he looked really good his rookie season. He only played a couple of games last year. So can he kick the injury bug? Can he get that number 2 spot? I mean, there's Jalen Jones, who I thought also played pretty well, given that he was kind of thrust into corner one last year. I thought he did well. I mean, I think all these guys have a case to fight for that corner 2 spot. So I'm really interested to see who walks out with that. And I hope that they don't get the corner 2 spot by way of injury. Like, I really want to see those guys fight for those reps and win the spot, not because of someone just got hurt.
That's like winning by technicality. Like, you don't want to do that. Because there's always that asterisk, like, did he really earn that spot? No, because the guy in front of him got hurt, But I'm with you. That's going to be the whole group of DBs is going to be very interesting. Like, dude, I don't think that Jalen Jones is going to beat out Justin Wally. I think Justin Wally is going to win him on that. So that's somebody I'm going to watch really close in this cornerback battle is Justin Wally. If you haven't watched any of his film, or if anybody out there hasn't watched any of his film, I recommend you go do it, and I think you'll
Jamal.
come back and be like, "Wow, okay, now I see why they traded. I mean, why they drafted him." And you're gonna be very, very excited.
I might have misspoke.
Why?
I don't see Flowers on here. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the roster. I don't see him on here. Anyway, I
Oh,
think it'll be
okay.
a very interesting corner battle, regardless. Like you
Yeah,
said, Justin Wally. I think that's something to look at. Of course, like I said, Jalen Jones right now is penciled in as the starter,
yeah.
opposite of Ward, which I mean, we're in July, so I can't. You can't really. It's a grain of salt kind of thing. But and I also forgot to mention, it's July and there is a football game. July 31st.
How awesome is that?
There is a football game this month.
We will have football this month, people. It's happening.
Yeah, and I think it's like, what is it, the Hall of Fame game, and like no starters are going to play, and I quite
No.
frankly don't give a shit. Like
Yeah.
it's a football game. I'll have it on. It's about damn time.
Give me
It's
all the football.
yeah, it something it's been a very interesting off season. End of last year, got a new job, and trying to, it's so I've been really focused on that. Like that's been my primary focus is that. And now with football season ramping up, I've got that taken, kind of under my belt and taken care of. Now it's okay, football season's back.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can be more routine on our
Yeah.
shows. So
Hmm.
that's something that is going to be pretty cool though too, because not only will we have the preview show
Yeah.
for Sunday or whatever that game is for that week, then we will also have the reaction.
Yeah.
So be looking forward to that. More unstable is always a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And we don't get paid to do this, not yet. That is the goal. And the
We do it for
reason
the
why, like
love.
it isn't so as easy as, oh, they just sit in front of camera and talk. Like there's show preparation. There's a lot of things that go into this shit. If we we want to make real stuff like that, it's time consuming. And when some things just take precedence over it, so
We're
give us a
normal
little slack.
dudes, everybody.
we got
We're
we
just a
got
regular Joe
we got the
Blows.
8-9 hour a day jobs and hour drives to them, and we're dads, so it's in the off season when there's not a whole lot going on, we'll take a pause, take a break, and of course get right back into it when the football season's starting. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, we looked at corner. I think the next, to me, I think the third most interesting battle is going to be edge. Is going to be that edge position. Um, how are they going to play this? Are they going to have kind of a permanent, 4 line? Are they going to rotate people out like they had in the past? We're under a different defensive scheme, so I don't know if it'll be. I
Yeah.
mean, right now, penciled in starting is Latu and Quiddy Pay. Of course, they just signed their second round picks. JT, I cannot even say that name. Not Jonathan Taylor. He's not playing edge. Uh, Tui,
Is it
blah, blah, blah. I can't even say it.
Tui Malalu?
Sure.
Hey, by week 1, I promise you, we will have it perfect. We promise
Mm-hmm.
you, everybody, we'll have it
Just
perfect.
gotta hear him say it a few times in the preseason. Tui
Yeah.
Mual.
I struggled with Tua Tagovailoa for a long time, but
Yeah.
it took enough times of me hearing it. So
And then, of course, there's Samson Ibukum, who unfortunately he was a big part of that defensive line in 2020. What 3? Got hurt. Was it 2023? Yeah, because he was hurt most of last year. Yeah. So he went down with that injury, and he was one of the more productive sackers on that defensive line. So him going down kind of hurt. So hopefully he'll be able to bounce back. Tyquan Lewis is still here. So there's a lot of depth at that position, and that's something that Chris Ballard has always loved. I mean, obviously he wouldn't got another one in the second round. So it's kind of intriguing to see if it'll be like Latu in second round, JT, if it'll be Quiddy Pay, who they hope can, I think it's a contract year for him. They did his 5th-year option, but I don't think they've extended him or anything. And I think this is his 5th-year
this
option.
is a put up or shut up year for a couple people.
Yeah. So he hasn't been extended. I think, like I said, I think this is his 5th-year option year, and there's nothing beyond it. So I think the idea there was, again, Chris Ballard saw that, hey, it's a fifth year. There's a lot of potential with Kwity Paye, but he hasn't really lived up to where we grabbed him. And now we've got this second round rookie. We've got Latu, obviously. Ibukam Taekwon Lewis, who's shown production. Do we really need to extend Kwity Paye to give us 8 sacks? Like, is it really worth it? So, yeah, this is a put up or shut up year for him. So I think that position battle is pretty interesting. I don't know if you have another one.
So I did forget to mention, though, on one of the major positions on any NFL roster, our place kicker. Who's going to be kicking balls, man?
You're going to kick them balls.
Spencer Schrader,
the
well-traveled kicker out there that we love, but didn't like him enough to keep him, and then brought him back, and then left him again.
Oh man, he was like the human yo-yo.
Dude, it's like a bad relationship. You just keep coming back from more and more pain. Yeah. And then Maddox Truolo, what? So do they really? They said that they like Spencer Schrader. We literally heard it come from Chris Ballard's mouth. But then you bring in another guy. Bro, just tell us the truth. Be like, hey, we don't know enough about this guy. Just say it. Just say you don't know enough about him. We're adults. We can accept the truth. But that's not really somebody I'm worried about.
So, but if you look back, this is just piggybacking on your place kicker quarter or position battle, I guess. Since Vinatieri's last year, it's been very rocky at the kicker position. Like Vinatieri's last year he should have retired the year before. He's still the GOAT. Don't get me wrong, he's still the GOAT. But it's been his last year was a rough year. I had a lot of hopes for Specs or whatever his name was. I always just called him Specs. Anyway,
Rodrigo Blankenship.
Thank you, Blankenship. I had a lot of respect for Specs, and what he did in college was fantastic. Unfortunately, it just never translated into the NFL. And you kind of knew the way his career was going to go. That first game against the Texans, it was like, oh shit, with Matt Ryan, and they had opportunity to win the game. He shanked the fuck out of it. He for some reason was punting, and he kicked 2 out of bounds. It was like, Jesus, tap dancing Christ, stop putting this guy on the field. It's just it never translated to the NFL. And then we went out and overspent on Matt Gay. And I was fine with it. And I was fine with it because I'm tired of these little positions losing us games, like these basket case kickers. I'm tired of it. And he was a very accurate kicker with the Rams. And then he came here and it just kept going. It just kept continuing, these kicker issues. Mm-hmm. So I agree with you on that one. Like, is Spencer Schrader going to be the is he going to be the answer? Like, I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of these goddamn prima donna kickers that you kick a fucking ball a few times a game. Just kick the goddamn ball.
Yeah.
Why are you all in your head about this shit? Kick the ball. Just kick the fucking ball.
And now, we're sitting here saying how easy it is, and saying we don't know. We don't know.
I know it's not easy. But if you get paid millions of dollars and you're literally on the field 5 times a game, just kick the fucking ball. Dude.
That's your only job. You don't have to hold anymore. You don't have to do it. That's your job.
Just kick it.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Yeah. But and then Matt Gay, they started using the excuse, oh, he's got a hip injury. Yeah, it's a hip problem. Then why the fuck is he on the field? If they kick with their leg and hip, if it's a hip injury, then why is he out there? Go get another kicker. Stop using Matt Gay.
Yeah.
They had to justify the money, and it's like, bro, how many games did we lose because we couldn't kick a fucking field goal? I digress. Yeah. Bad memories. Hopefully they're all behind us. Man. I wish we had someone. I wish we could go to training camp, man.
Yeah.
You even see what they do over on Third and Teal with those training camp videos. They got season tickets and shit, and they're at all the training camps, and it's like we just can't do it. It sucks.
I'm actually Saturday. I'm going to be in the Vipers nest. Me and my brother are going to Texans training camp.
Oh,
so
go all
be
decked out in
representing
Colts.
King. Yeah, right. We're gonna be representing Kingmaker Sports, getting some fan interaction and stuff. So
that'll work.
So if you see me out there at Texas training camp for any Houston locals, come by, say what's up. We'll get a little interview. We'll see what you think.
Yeah,
let's talk
there
some football.
Yeah, and as always, we love the discussion. We love talking. Hey, even if you're not a Colts fan, you're welcome here. We love the conversation. We love the topics. And hey, there's nothing that you can say to us if you're not a Colts fan that's going to hurt our feelings. Like we know the problems on this team. You're not going to hurt our feelings. And we have no problem talking shit about other teams in this division either. Like, there's no.
Yeah, we've got no illusions about our team.
We're very aware.
We've got a really good offensive line. We understand like our offensive skill positions are amazing, except for one. But the defense is one that I think, for me personally, that I'm most looking forward to see how they can take that jump with Lou Anarumo and see what happens there. With the two new additions at DB, I like Hunter Waller that they brought in from Wisconsin. Watching him at the combine, and I've said this before, like I think he could be a phenomenal outside linebacker in coverage because he's a very oversized safety, and he's not like as fast as like normal safeties, but the guy, his combine looked phenomenal. I really, really enjoyed watching Hunter Waller at the combine and then looking at his film. And then Justin Wally, like between him, Juju Brents, and Jalen Jones, I'm really excited to see that battle for that cornerback spot. But, also depending on what Lou Anarumo is going to want to do, is he going to try and did he bring in maybe Hunter Waller to try and add that kind of hybrid safety linebacker position? So I'm kind of they say he's a mad scientist. I'm gonna trust in it. It's not like his defenses were phenomenal before, so I'm not having any illusions about that. But I am interested, to say the least. I'm interested to see what Lou can do.
I think Lou has more to work with in Indianapolis than he had in Cincinnati. I don't think there's anyone that can on our team that measures up. Oh, what's his name in Cincinnati?
You talking about Trey Hendricks?
Yeah,
Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, I don't think there's no one that good in Indianapolis. But that's like, name anybody else outside of him in Cincinnati on defense.
I mean, you got to think maybe like
I'll wait.
Laiatu Latu could be good. Well, we have a lot of hope for him, but he's also in a crowded room.
Yeah.
So that defensive line is like what's crazy is like the whole AFC South has just stacked defensive lines. I want to see how they're going to be using Laiatu Latu in training camp.
I hope they move him around a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just saying, like, I hope they rotate out a lot of pieces. It's just like running back. It's so hard when you're playing 30% of the snaps to really get a feel for the game and to really get into some kind of momentum. If you're going for a play and come out for a couple plays, I'm not a fan of that. I understand breathers and you want depth to kind of alleviate, so they can come out.
But you need consistency.
Right? Yeah. So I hope, and so by move Latu, I mean move him around the line. Because Buckner's one of those guys that can also shift from tackle to edge. He's one of those guys that can move around. I mean, shit, I've seen him running 20 yards down the field to catch up to a running back. I mean, that fucking dude's athletic. And So I'd be more interested to see Latu shifting around the line. Like, I hope there isn't like a set left edge, right edge. You know what I'm saying? I kind of hope that they can, whoever gets those starting spots, Latu, Pay, Ibuka, whoever, that they can move these guys around, and there wasn't any creativity with Gus Bradley on defense. And that was probably the most frustrating. Like, can we get a few edges on the field at one time and like just different shit every once in a while? And that was something that Gus Bradley never did. And when he finally did blitz, it worked, and then he just stopped doing it.
Right.
That Ravens game, they were all over Lamar Jackson. And I'm like, if they could just do that every game. And then he's like, oh, yeah, we're going to let Trevor Lawrence have like 97% completion.
Yeah. and then
Fuck,
let the
man.
Giants run all over you, like just beat your butt.
Well,
A team that gave up the first overall pick for no reason. But
and he didn't even do it with
no,
fucking
they figured
Barkley,
out
bro.
Gus Bradley, man. Gus Bradley.
Yeah, he's a
I'm not
dinosaur,
gonna
dude.
I'm not gonna miss him. Yeah, he's stuck in an old way of doing football.
Yeah,
Like it's so crazy and exciting in the same way of how fast the league evolves from
hmm
year to year to year. Like
yeah,
the stuff you're running last year isn't gonna work this year because they've got the film, you've got the brightest minds in football that work in the NFL.
yeah. And there's a couple of things with that. If you remember back in the days of Peyton Manning, Philip Rivers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, I mean, they were fucking lighting the scoreboard up.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
they were if they didn't hit like 5,000 passing yards in a season, it was a disappointment. Like if they weren't throwing like 50, 52, 55 touchdowns, it was like, man, fucking bum. And you know what I'm saying? Like we're not
Yeah.
seeing that shit anymore.
Mm-mm.
And it's kind of like I don't know. I don't even know if it's a regression in the quarterback position, and it's kind of piggybacking on what Tom Brady said. Like they're not allowed to develop. That might be a part of it, but it's like are quarterbacks just not as good as they used to be, or our defense is just that much bigger, stronger, and better than they used to be then. And I'm trying to figure out like what is it? Is it worse quarterback play or a lot better defensive play? And like you said, there are a lot there are bright minds doing this shit. So maybe scheming, coordinating these coaches are just better. It's I'm
Well,
and
at this
that's a
point
question
in
I'd like to ask
football,
our guest.
so my thing is like in this point in football, I feel like we've seen it all.
Yeah,
So how what they say about how Lou Anarumo disguises his defenses so well, I think that's what is making the difference nowadays. It's like, all right, we're going to show this, but really we're going to be doing this.
yeah,
But even at a certain point, they're going to figure out, okay, no matter what they show, if they show this, then we can prevent we can counter that with this and this and this. Like you're gonna have a counter to every disguise, everything at some point. So
yeah.
this is kind of like that for defensive coordinators. This is kind of like that last stretch, that last hoorah of good defenses. Because then at some point it's gonna turn into well, we've seen it all now. You know, what are you gonna do? At some point you're gonna have to change the rules to be able to do something different.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Like I said, if Lou Anarumo really is this like mad scientist with cover ups and disguises, and man, all right, let's see it. You know, because
Yeah,
we had Gus Bradley, we hated that. That didn't work.
hated
Now we
him.
got Lou Anarumo. Man, hey, show me what you got, brother. Like you got some new pieces, some new toys to play with.
Yeah,
Have at it.
uh, yeah, and I I had this discussion, and a lot of people want to argue with me about it. People think, I mean, obviously, you get a bunch of Titans and Jaguars fans where they're, oh, the Tech Colts are ass, and I'm like, well, you guys were fighting for last. Um, and if you
Yeah,
really look at last season, I mean, Colts their quarterback play has been a topic since, or I guess Philip Rivers, because he actually had a good year with the Colts, but since then it's been whatever bad, and it was no different last year. Our defense ranked one of the worst. And I know going into last season, I was like, man, if this isn't like a top 10, front seven, it'll be a massive disappointment. They weren't a top
yeah,
10. I was very disappointed with that defense and specifically Gus Bradley.
yeah.
But it's the Colts were quite literally, they lost to the Texans by a total of 5 points. They were 6 points away from winning the division last year
Yeah.
with all those problems. I don't think that this team is that far off. It's like, oh, well, the Texans improved this way. They like
No.
all the teams did.
Well, and think about this though, like it's usually been coming down to Houston and Indianapolis. Like those are your two favorites
Last two
every
years.
year to win the AFC South.
Yeah.
So if you notice, like our game tickets this year say to be determined. That's because the league still sees it's Indianapolis and it's
Yeah.
Houston. So Jaguars and Titans, it was never y'all, man.
And
It
I'm
never
going to say
was.
this. I said that we like to take jabs at it, and I think Jacksonville Jaguars fans are the loudest I don't know if they're the most common types of fan, but they're the loudest, especially in these these AFC South battle chats and all this shit. And like, oh well, we're gonna be fighting for first and Colts for last. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what changed with Jacksonville? I mean, yeah, okay, you got Trevor Lawrence. He's supposed to be the next thing to football since Jesus, but you're
That didn't
telling me
work
that
out.
this goofball Travis Hunter, who you sold the farm for, who went to a not a great college, and he did really well at a bad college against bad teams. He
Yeah.
played two positions. How do you really think that's going to translate to the NFL that he was on a bad team against bad opponents?
Yeah.
I'm like, do you really think that that's going to translate to this guy's going to be the best corner and wide receiver in the league next year? I got a wake up call for you, dude. This dude is going to get fucking burnt toast if he plays corner in the NFL. I'm just saying, dude.
There's a difference in playing in the Big 12 and playing in the big leagues.
Yeah.
Like, there's a massive difference. There's a massive difference between playing in the SEC, which unanimously is the closest you get to the NFL without being in the NFL, and then going from the NFL. So there's a jump, and then there's another jump after that.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Travis Hunter was touted and all that stuff. He gave up all this stuff to go play with Deion. So I get it. Even when it was Jackson State, like I get it. Don't get me wrong here, guys. Like I understand.
And I'm not saying that he's not an athlete. I'm not saying that he can't be.
I'm not saying he's not good.
I'm
but
just saying
this is the league, man. This league has taken Heisman winners. This league has taken Heisman winners and turned them into nobodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happens all the time. This isn't a rare occurrence. This happens all the time. So
I'm sorry, with Jacksonville, I'm far more concerned with BTJ than I am with Travis Hunter. Way more concerned with
I'm
him.
not worried about Travis Hunter.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
Brian
way more
Thomas
concerned
Jr.
about
is
Brian
your
Thomas.
threat at wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm way more concerned about him. But yeah, like, so what? You were a 4-win team. Like, what? Honestly, I mean, obviously Trevor Lawrence's health is a factor here, but like, what? Their line is still whatever. Texans might have the worst offensive line. It's just
Texans do have the worst offensive line according to Pro Football Focus.
They improved in other areas. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, what? No team in this division didn't improve, but which one improved the most?
The most, right?
And made those more impactful picks that the roster needed to take that step forward. And again, I'm not saying it's the Colts, because as of right now, I don't see anybody in the AFC South again being a Super Bowl contender, like true contender. Yeah, one of us has to go to the playoffs by default, but is there really anyone that's going to battle with these heavyweights of the AFC? I just don't see it in the AFC South. Not saying that it couldn't happen throughout the season. I'm just saying right now I don't see it. But who's the closest?
It all comes
not even me
on your offensive line. I mean, on your offense, excuse me. It all starts with your offensive line.
Yeah.
Because if you can't run block, you can't create holes for your running back, then you can't run the ball. You can't be productive. If you can't pass block, then your quarterback has no time to get the ball downfield. Well,
we're looking at you, Jacksonville and Houston.
Yeah. So PFF has Indianapolis ranked number 5 on their preseason offensive line rankings. The next one after that, what do you think the next one is? Just off the top of your head, what do you think the next team is and what number?
I'm sorry, in the AFC South?
In the AFC South, yeah, AFC South. Who is the next team in the AFC South, and what number do you think they are?
Tennessee?
Okay, what number do you think they are? That's correct, but what number do you think they are?
I'd guess like 20.
24.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Guess who's next after that? If Tennessee's at 24.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
27.
Boom, almost 26.
Damn. Okay.
And then
Texans last.
Very last. Yeah, we know that one. We know that one. But my point is, like, look at
who's fifth in the division.
We lost a couple good, like somebody who's Ring of Honor worthy. All right, in Ryan Kelly. Okay, we lost Ryan Kelly and still are a top 5 offensive line.
I liked Ryan Kelly, but he was outplayed by Tanner Bortolini. He was.
Yeah, but that's fine. But
there's an intelligence there. But
people get old. I get it.
But
I get it.
I really like Bortolini.
we got young blood, Ryan Kelly. Hey, we'll miss you, brother. You were awesome. I'm sorry that you couldn't win big with us.
I called it just saying.
I really, really hope that you have a successful end of your
Yeah.
career. But even with losing Fries and losing Ryan Kelly, bro, like we're still top 5 right now, so that's looking good. If
Still got Quentin, still got fucking Ryman at left tackle, who has improved every year. Still got Braden Smith. He just got to stay healthy. And we still have French, like,
if
and
you
Don
can't,
Calves. Like, this is still a solid line.
with the top 5 offensive line, if you cannot effectively run the football and effectively complete passes for first downs, then you have a massive, massive issue at quarterback. And you can't say, oh, well, his shoulder's hurting. BS. You just signed Daniel Jones a bunch of money. Put him in there. You just paid him that money. If Daniel Jones can't get it done, hey,
that's on you.
Hey, you got a rookie, Riley Leonard. Throw him in there. Whatever. Let's see what happens, because that offensive line is the core of your offense. We have the tools at wide receiver. We just talked about that.
Any one of these 3 quarterbacks should be able to run this offense. How hard is it to fucking hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor?
If you can't complete a pass,
how fucking hard is that?
If you can't complete a pass, give the ball to Jonathan Taylor. You got Khalil Herbert back there and DJ Giddens.
If you can't complete a pass to Josh Downs and Tyler Warren, you've got problems.
I get the Alec Pierce long bomb. I get the Michael Pittman trying to get open. So Josh Downs and Tyler Warren are so easy completions. Mm-hmm. Easy.
And I'm just thinking about this. I'm like, okay, you've got Alec Pierce, you've got Josh Downs, you've got Michael Pittman. And again, Alec Pierce is just going to be running the streak on almost every play. He's just going to be stretching that defense. But it's like, if you've got that line and you've got him doing that, because now we know that he can actually catch the ball. His first season, but now we know he can actually catch the football. So you've got to keep a guy on him. You can't just let him go. But that opens up Jonathan Taylor more.
He's earned
that opens up
now.
Yeah. So all this coach has to do is run the fucking ball. That's it. That's all you got to do. Yeah. Run the damn ball.
If you get in trouble, run the ball. You got Jonathan Taylor. You paid him all the money. Give him the ball if you get in a bind.
And even on this AFC South show, back when Derrick Henry was still with the Titans, it was the entire emphasis of all of us. Like our teams were built around running the football. Run the football. Like they had Dameon Pierce. They had ETN and obviously you have Jonathan Taylor. The Titans had Derrick Henry. Run the ball. And I even did these stat lines of Derrick Henry. Look at their win-loss based on how many touches Derrick Henry gets and how many yards he gets. When he touched the ball more than 20 times in a game, they won.
Yeah.
When he had less than 20, they didn't win a single game that he had less than 20 carries. It's there. How is the coach not stop running? Even if you're down, these are the type of running backs that can hit a home run at any time.
Yes.
Not one time should, unless if you're losing by 49 points. And even then, if it's in the fourth quarter, you're going to lose anyway. But at no point should you completely check out of the run. And that's something that Shane Steichen has done, or he puts in fucking Goodson.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor is not a game script running back. Jonathan Taylor is a no matter what running back.
Yeah.
So it's been tried and true since the beginning of the NFL. Even when they introduced the forward pass, winning teams never abandon the running game. Never, never, never. Okay? So Shane Steichen, listen. Don't abandon Jonathan Taylor. Feed JT. Hashtag feed JT.
Jonathan Taylor, not the second round pick.
I mean, he might be good. I don't know. He might be a good running back.
But so that kind of brings us into this, and we've talked about it in depth over and over, this position battle. And I honestly felt like before we came into training camp, which starts tomorrow, that flare up of Anthony Richardson's shoulder where Daniel Jones had to basically take all the first team reps. I really thought that this was going to lead into Anthony Richardson's going to have something done with his shoulder and he's done for 2025. That's kind of what I thought that those conversations were boiling down to. I need to get a second opinion. I have a flare up. I've got this, that, or the other thing. That's what I really thought was going to happen. And that's kind of what Will Levis did. He thought rehab, whatever, would fix that problem. And of course, Ward was going to start, but Will Levis elected for surgery and he's done for 25. That's really what I thought was happening with Anthony Richardson. Yeah. Apparently, right now, obviously, that is not the case. They are going into training camp. It will be an open battle. And speaking of which, there's a Facebook thing that I talked to Justin about. So I got into a little bit of an argument, and and if I could find the damn thing,
spicy. I mean, everybody,
okay,
all you out there, y'all know my view on this. But yeah, let's hear it, Jeff.
So on one of the Facebook pages, someone said, I'm not gonna call this person out. Someone said, why does AR receive hate while Will Levis has been terrible and he just got replaced by Cam Ward? The double standards are killing me. I'm not gonna say that this is race baiting or anything like that. Kind of sounds like it, but I didn't make it that. And I said, well, this is happening because he's about to get replaced by Daniel Jones. They didn't like that. They asked me based off of what facts. And this is, in a nutshell, the answer for it. It's an open competition. AR has only started 50% of the games that's been available for him to play. Daniel Jones is getting paid $14 million. And AR missed most of the offseason with an injury flare-up. Like, what other facts do we need here? I'm not saying Daniel Jones is going to win the battle. I'm saying it's looking closer to, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not just a $14 million. It's over 13 of it is guaranteed. Like they are guaranteeing coming out of pocket $13 million for Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
With incentives though. Like, so this dude could earn like over 17 million with incentives. But the guarantee is the big like aha thing for me right now. Okay. Yes. Anthony Richardson is going to get the first shot to win the job. He was their big draft pick. He's the one that's tied to Shane Steichen. He's the one that's tied to Chris Ballard. Their jobs are in jeopardy based on Anthony Richardson. The only reason they brought what's that?
I'm sorry, but if with that being said, their jobs have got to be on the line. I don't think there's too many other seats in the NFL that are hotter than theirs.
No,
especially with the fact of this, RIP Irsay, new ownership in Indianapolis. I can't they've got to be blistering hot, depths of hell hot. Like, if there's any sense of a lot of turbulence, I wouldn't be surprised to see anything happen midseason. I really wouldn't.
Well, Carly Irsay-Gordon came out in her press conference with her sisters and said there is a standard in Indianapolis and it is not being met. Yeah. That right there tells me that she already has feelings about Ballard and Steichen and their lack of productivity. So I'm thinking, now this is just me speculating here, everybody, I'm thinking that she is not as a big a fan of Chris Ballard as her father was.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm really thinking like, okay, Chris Ballard is going to abandon Anthony Richardson if he is not doing well in the first couple games because Daniel Jones has $13.15 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
He don't have to do anything. He's getting that money.
I wouldn't even say the first couple of games. Like, if Daniel Jones is taking those first team reps along with Anthony Richardson, and Daniel Jones is just playing better with this offense than Anthony Richardson, it would not surprise me at this point to see Daniel Jones as your day one starter. Like, yeah, they have a 4th round pick locked up in Anthony Richardson, but we're talking about, again, my seat is hotter than the blazes of hell. If he looks better, I don't give a fuck if I drafted this guy 4th.
Yeah.
If he looks better, and you look at Daniel Jones, the Giants were terrible. And I talked with Justin about this in the pre-show before we started. Could you imagine being Daniel Jones? The best thing to help a quarterback, aside from an offensive line, is a running back, a reliable running back.
Got it.
Of course, Saquon Barkley had some injury problems, and I would assume that's what led to them not wanting to pay him. But could you imagine being Daniel Jones and the only other good player on this team, of course, other than Malik Neighbors, going to Philly and then having the kind of career that Saquon Barkley had? That had to be infuriating. So he comes here with a much better team around him,
Oh yeah.
a way better offensive line,
Yeah.
a running back
because
that
you
is
already
kind
said
of
Jonathan Taylor. Yeah.
that's already on par with. I don't know if he's as good as Saquon Barkley, but it's up there.
Pretty close.
What's going on, man?
What's up, Slade?
So
already a good running back, right?
good
I see where
line.
you're going with this. Good line, top
I mean,
five, according to
outside of
PFF.
outside of
Yeah.
neighbors, the Giants didn't really have anybody either. We don't
Right.
have neighbors, but
For now,
but we have really good, really strong twos. There's Pittman. Downs, I think, is one of the better slot corners in the game.
loaded with talent. Maybe not elite talent, but talent. Good talent.
And I
Right.
can't say that Tyler Warren is going to be the best tight end in the NFL. We haven't seen him. And again, this is, NFL speed is much different than college. We don't know how Tyler Warren's going to work out. Hopefully he comes out and it's kind of like Brock Bowers and he's got,
Yeah, I
and
don't
that's
see
just what he is.
he's bad.
Yeah.
I don't see how he's bad.
So if you can't succeed with that
four
offense,
keys on offense. Yeah.
yeah, if you can't succeed with these guys, and then you got that deep threat with Pierce, if you can't succeed with this team and you're Daniel Jones, he had offers to go elsewhere. He came to Indianapolis because he thought that this was his best chance to start.
Yeah.
And again, I really don't want to be by virtue of injury. I want the best player to win and to start week one. That's what I want. And I don't give a flying fuck who it is. I don't care if it's the guy they just picked. I don't care if it's Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson. I really don't.
Or care. Riley Leonard.
That's who I meant. Sorry.
I was like, come on, man.
I don't give a shit. If Riley Leonard outplays both of them, hey, fuck it. and
I mean, go Irish then at that point.
that's that mentality that that Steichen and Ballard have to have.
Yeah.
Because again, if this is another season where they just missed the playoffs,
yeah,
your ass is gone.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Richardson was your early round draft pick. That was 3 years ago.
Yeah,
that's over. That time has passed. Like that's
going to develop.
Right, a quarterback drafted that early should have already produced for you and showed you he was worth that pick. Like, if you're having questions right now, then he ain't it, fellas.
And I don't want to be doom and gloom because, I mean, we've seen Anthony Richardson do some jaw-dropping shit. Like, we've seen him drop back, throw a ball 70 air yards, and a dime to Alec Pierce. And it was like, that's why they drafted him. Because of
he's
shit
got
like
a cannon.
That.
Oh, yeah.
And then there are times where he can't complete a 2-yard pass to someone in the flat 4 yards away from him. Like, he'll airmail it.
Like, he doesn't know how to lead a receiver. I was like, what are you doing?
And he kind of overthrew Adonai Mitchell on a couple of plays. It was a gimme touchdown. He overthrew it.
Yeah, so about Adonai, I went back and looked. Somebody made a great highlight on Twitter about Adonai Mitchell. Adonai, we gave Adonai some grief about dropping balls, missing balls, like also going back and look at it. Most of these were not catchable. So these targets and these non-catches, they weren't great passes. So I'm going to give Adonai a little bit of grace here and put it back on Anthony Richardson.
He had some drops though.
He did. No, he did. Some of those were hit. He owned some of those by all means. Yeah. But looking at that, I'm like, dang, man, it kind of really opened my eyes. Like, damn, Anthony Richardson really screwed Adonai Mitchell's rookie season up.
Yeah. And like I said, he got wide open on one of those. I can't remember who the Colts were playing, but he was wide open, and Anthony Richardson overled him by like 5 or 10 yards. Like, you had 6. Like, that was the game right there.
Right.
But then you have games and drives. I think it was Pittsburgh where Anthony Richardson, there was a few drops in the drive, a couple of 4th down conversions. It was like an 18-play drive to win the game. Like, there was flashes and moments of brilliance.
He looked phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is the guy that we've been waiting to see. And then the next game, it's like, oh, well, fuck. and
back to reality. Yep.
And it's like, and then you have Daniel Jones, who, where he tripped himself. There's been, again, moments of complete boneheadedness. And I can't even say there's been really moments of brilliance with him. But the Giants did go to the playoffs with him. Like,
I think one of the best things, though, is you don't have to change the playbook at all for Daniel Jones. At all. Because the dude can run just as fast as Anthony Richardson can, probably. Because he's got such a long stride. That's what I love the most. Is you don't have to change anything.
Yeah.
He's like, all right,
and that's
DJ, go do it.
That's been the problem these last 2 seasons. Like, okay, Anthony Richardson will give you 50% of the games,
And
and
then,
and then your backup is Gardner Minshew, like
yeah,
who had a good season. Like he played really well in his
yeah.
stead. And then you had Joe Flacco, who played less good
Who
in
is
his stead,
not going to move
who's not going to move
anywhere.
at all. And it just become completely like, why are you matching a playbook of Anthony Richardson to Joe Flacco? Like, what the fuck were you even
Yes,
thinking
yes.
bringing this guy in here? Like,
At
why are
least
you
like the
getting like a
Ravens.
Justin Fields or Russ, like somebody that can run
Yes.
the same style offense? Like, you don't have to cater it that
Right.
much. It's a totally different offense with this dude.
See,
What
at
are you
least the
doing?
Ravens like understood that when you got Lamar Jackson. Okay, if he goes down, you got Tyler Huntley. Or there was a couple like 3 or 4 seasons ago where they had Trace McSorley, like a very mobile quarterback. Like they were smart about that. They said, okay, let's bring in a quarterback that's just like ours. We don't have to change anything. Why did it take for the very last season where the Ursay family says, "Hey, dude, we're going to fire you for you to go ahead and bring someone in that makes sense at quarterback behind your top 4 pick."
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Why does it have to
And
take your job, threatening your job?
it sucks to even talk about it though. Like at this, I was so excited a couple of years ago when they drafted Anthony Richardson, not just because they drafted Anthony Richardson, because we were all sick and tired of the carousel that we were on. We were sick and tired of these old washed up quarterbacks coming through, retirement home quarterbacks coming through. We were all tired of it. We got tired of that.
Farms remembers.
We got tired of that fucking graphic of look at all the starting quarterbacks since Andrew Luck. Like I got tired of that graphic. They did it every
what are we gonna turn
game.
into the Browns jersey now? Come on, man. We ain't trying to be that guy.
So I'm like, they finally drafted a young, very young quarterback, first round pick. Like they finally did it, and I was just excited that we were getting out of that carousel. Oh, we've seen 2 more starting quarterbacks.
That's so sad.
God damn it!
And here we are. Here we
are again,
4
possibly talking
Richardson,
about
and we're
year 4, where we'll have another possibly new starting quarterback again.
Are we gonna draft a quarterback first round next year? Like, what are we doing?
What's the plan here?
It's
so at the time I was very excited when they picked Anthony Richardson, just because I thought the carousel might be ending. And we've seen 2 more starting quarterbacks during that span, and possibly a third this year. Like it's just, we're going to see the graphic all damn year, especially if it's Daniel Jones. We're going to see that graphic again. Have the Colts finally found their guy in Daniel Jones? Like,
okay. Well, let's go ahead and spoil it for everybody. The answer is no. Okay.
So we'll see.
Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson are not the future of the team. Okay. Let's just go ahead and make peace with that right now. Today, it's July 21st. Okay. These guys are not the answer. Our future at quarterback is not on the roster right now. Okay. So Nussmeier, I'm all about the Nussmeier. Watch some LSU. Garrett Nussmeier is awesome. Drew Aller is awesome out of Penn State. There are some guys that could be really good, but does the Manning in me still want Arch? Yeah, of course I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I painted this dream scenario about a month ago on our last episode. The Colts do the suck for luck campaign. They get Arch Manning, and then blockbuster trade with Arizona. Marvin Harrison, baby. We get Manning and Harrison once again.
Dude, Manning, Harrison. Oh, dude, the legacy in Indy. It'll never happen, but we can still dream about it. But, I think Arizona would not do that any kind of trade, no matter what we offer it, just for that principle alone.
They might, depending on the kind of capital that we ship their way.
We'd have to send way too much, dude, because they're not even close to winning. So us even sending them guys like Buckner and stuff like that, even that wouldn't make sense.
No,
because they're not. They know they're not close to winning. Yeah. And Marv had a low year last year, so they're still wanting to see what they got in that kid. It'd be different if it was like, okay, it's year 3, he hasn't done anything. Wait, does that sound familiar? But anyway, so But yeah, so it wouldn't even be that situation. Yeah, right.
No, but it's a lot of people on these internet keyboard warriors are like, oh yeah, we just need to find a quarterback. Look, dude, if it were that easy, none of these teams would be struggling with this shit. If it were
Yeah,
that easy.
good quarterbacks don't just walk down the street.
No,
Right?
no, they are no. It doesn't work
Just
like that.
no.
Even the guys. Oh God, I always forget his name, and I don't know why. Chargers.
Dan Fouts?
No. Current
Oh.
Chargers.
Justin Herbert?
Thank you. Why am I spacing on his name? Justin Herbert.
Because your
Like
Colts blue through and through, baby.
Yeah. Fuck all them other teams. No, but Justin Herbert, like, he's a good talent. But it's like even him, Joe Burrow, struggle mightily at times. And it's like if they could just if Peyton Manning just sprouted on trees and Andrew Luck's, like, it doesn't happen like that.
They're called generational talents for a reason. Because they're once in a generation. So we thought Trevor Lawrence was gonna be the next generational guy. And don't get me wrong, like I still think Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback, but it hasn't been great. But to that kid's, I don't want to give him an excuse, but his coaching carousel's been kind of crazy. So
yeah.
Anthony Richardson doesn't have that excuse. He's had the same head coach his whole NFL career.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
And that's the other thing about Steichen. Like, he was touted as this guy that's worked with Phillip Rivers and Justin Fields and like all his varieties and whatever, and he can make it work with anybody.
I don't know if I put Justin Fields on my resume though.
No, not Justin. I'm sorry. Hurts.
Oh, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Sorry, not Justin Fields. Like,
yeah, and see, I was a little skeptical about that too because Jalen Hurts was already good at football.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you're like a quarterback.
But it's saying that he worked with all these different talents and brought out the best in Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry, not Justin Fields. Jalen Hurts brought out the best in these guys. And, Phillip Rivers had one of his best statistical years with Shane Steichen as his quarterback coach. So it's like you look at these things and it's like maybe he's the quarterback.
That's like saying that's like saying, oh, I was a quarterback coach for Peyton Manning. Okay, that doesn't
statistical year.
Oh yeah, that's like if you're like, oh, I was associated, I was a quarterback coach for Peyton Manning, or I was a quarterback coach for Patrick Mahomes. Like I was a quarterback coach for Tom Brady. Like, no, you weren't. You just filled a position, and they did whatever they wanted. They probably taught you how to play quarterback.
That's like saying I was the Indianapolis Colts offensive coordinator for Peyton Manning.
Easiest job in NFL history. Yeah, he literally called his plays. He told Tony Dungy, I want this personnel on the field for this play. I mean, when he's sitting there like
some receivers to fuck off the field. He's
like, yeah. Pat McAfee straight up said,
no, I'm not in the game. Peyton Manning said no.
He told me to leave.
He told me to get off the field.
Like, no,
I'm not. Peyton Manning said no.
Yeah. Would Pat say, like, at that moment, I know who ran that team? Like, he said something like that. I thought that was the best thing. Was that Austin Collie? I think it was Austin Collie.
I think it was Austin Collie. Like, he fucked something up. Or he
dropped the pass. He dropped the pass.
He said, get on the... He pointed to the sideline. He's like, what are you doing? You're in. Oh, I'm not. He told me to sit down.
Peyton said I'm not in.
Peyton said I'm not
That's the best story. Oh, my God.
I think one of the ones was when Peyton Manning and Jeff Saturday were barking at each other. Hey, just run the fucking play, Jeff. He's like, he keeps changing to a fucking run play, run a goddamn play. We'll run the ball. Like, that argument was fucking classic.
Yeah. Which is great because everybody knows, like, those guys were such good friends. Yeah. So for them to be able to, like, have that heat in the heat of the moment in the game, and they're still best friends, like, I think that shows, like, the beauty of the game. It's the camaraderie that you get. But dude, it's gonna be exciting. I'm so pumped to see any news, anything we come out of training camp. I really hope that all of you watching, that y'all can send us some clips. In the link of the video, we'll go ahead and put a link where you can send that to, and send us like, you don't have to put your name or anything like that if you don't want to. If you want to be anonymous, that's fine too. But if you do, like, give us, if you're a content creator or whatever like that, put that in there with us. We'll feature it on the show, and then we'll give you your shout out, man. We greatly would appreciate it. We'd love to feature your stuff.
Yeah, we've had a super fan come on a few times. He sent a lot of clips, a lot of videos from training camp. Yeah, he's also near Houston. I don't know if he's in Houston, but it's close to Houston if he's not. But he's super fan. He's got a decked out golf cart, man cave, all Indianapolis Colts. Man, he goes up to the games up in Indianapolis. Like he's got VIP passes on the field. He sent a lot of videos and stuff from training camp, and it was awesome. But every reel that I used from it, I definitely shouted him out for it, and was I'm very thankful for anything that we can get, because again, we don't get any Colts content in Houston. Like we need that connection. So if you know anybody that is a Colts fan in Indianapolis, we're always looking for another chair to fill, and we'd love to have someone that's a local to Indy. So yeah, just definitely send them our way if you know anybody.
Yeah, and all the local Houston Colts fans,
We got a Facebook page too. Houston Colts fans. I think that's what it's called.
Hey, we'll be out there when the Colts come to town, heckling all the Texans fans.
Yep.
We'll see you before. We're gonna be setting up before.
Like something we got something none of the division has, baby.
Oh, rocking the World Championship stuff. Heck yeah.
None of the division has, baby.
Yeah. No. Hey, Unstable's trying to grow. So we're trying to get to 100. Heck, I'd like to get to 100 before the midway point of the season. Yeah. Jeff and I are talking about doing a giveaway for random drawing for the first 100 subscribers. So if you want to be a part of that, hit that subscribe, like, and share button, and we'll get you entered for that. For sure. What that will be, we're still talking about that. But yeah, so we're trying to grow the channel. Help us out with that. So hopefully you like what two dumb guys are talking about the Colts. Hopefully it's entertaining at the least.
We're a fan page. So. We love the team, and again, we like the back and forth. So yeah, if you got comments, whatever. I mean, we like Brandon's been in the comments. I throw stuff up there. We like to interact with it. So make sure you do that.
Put your questions in the comments. We got right now. We got
our team.
Yeah, we got our viewers right now.
We don't pretend to be experts.
We'll talk about it. So
we do not pretend to be experts.
Yeah, we love doing fan interaction. Yeah. So everybody who's viewing right now, if you got a question about the Colts, like what you think is going to happen this year, put it in there right now. We'll talk about it. Yeah. So who's going to be first?
I did say at the beginning of the episode that Justin had been interacting with someone. If you're a Colts fan, you know him. You've definitely heard his voice if you've been to Lucas Oil. He'd been in conversation with him. He was supposed to be on the show today. Unfortunately, of course, with training camp coming up, schedules, stars didn't align. He does want to be on the show. He is trying to line up a future date with us. We don't know exactly when yet because it is training camp. Yeah. And I told you that we would say who this person was that he's been talking to. And, man, we were stoked. We were so excited to be able to talk to him today. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But it's JJ Stankevitz. And I couldn't have been more happy. He is the voice of the Colts. He does the Colts.com writing. He's on 107.5 The Fan in Indianapolis, radio, podcast. The dude is the PA announcer in Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah,
and
Colts official podcast.
Yes, the Colts official website and podcast. That's the guy, JJ Stankevitz. I hope I'm saying it right. I don't know if he wants to be called Mr. Stankevitz or JJ. I don't know, but yeah, he had agreed to be on here. Unfortunately, he couldn't do it today. But he does want to do
something big going on with the team. So yeah, I get it.
Training something or other. But no, he does want to do the show, and we'd love to have him on. So in a future episode, hopefully before the season starts, we'll be able to have him on.
We're ironing that out.
We're ironing it out. But we're not making a false promise. We're not just throwing out a random dude. He has been interacting with him, and we're super stoked that he's even responding to us. We're just the little guy, so it's really cool of him to do that. And we'll definitely announce it when we do get something set in stone. So
yep. So definitely follow for that. Get notifications, because we will be announcing anytime we have guests on. So far, right now, JJ is going to be our first one. Like I said, we're still ironing out the details on that one. But as we've been doing the show, I've been talking to somebody else. Jeff, you already know this person, and I'll talk with you after we go off the air about that, and we'll announce it on the next one if we can get that ironed out as well. Another name in the Colts community that you'll know. So, but yeah, so definitely hit that notification bell, so that way if you want to be a part of that, if you want to have questions, that way you can watch live. and put them in the comment section, and you can ask our guest yourself.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess the other thing, I'm kind of gushing. The dude's not even on the show right now, but he was in Chicago, and I'm a big Cubs fan. I love the Cubbies. Like my first professional game, flew my parents were divorced. I'd fly up to Iowa to see my dad, and he flies into Chicago from Houston, and we'd spend a couple days in Chicago, and he'd take me to Wrigley Field during the summer, and it was all about that Sammy Hop, and I don't give a shit. Cork back steroids. I don't give a. Dude's the reason I'm a fan of baseball, but during the 2016 World Series, JJ was on that NBC crew doing the Cubs World Series. So I even had questions for him about that. Like, what was the atmosphere like there? Because I lived up in Iowa at the time where this happened, and I remember I lost my shit. I lost my shit when Chris Bryant threw that ball to Rizzo, got the final out, and the Cubs won. I was like, yeah, and I even went outside. I could not contain my excitement, and there were people in this apartment complex in Iowa yelling and celebrating just like me. Like it was Cubs fans, like it was Cub Nation in Iowa, and it was exciting there. So I'm like, man, what was that environment like working there for that crew when that happened? Like that had to be something pretty awesome. So I want to ask him about that. I wish he was here.
Yeah, we've got some good topic questions that we're gonna talk about.
But yeah, he was.
We can't wait to have him on. If you can't tell, we're pretty excited.
We're really excited. I can't wait to have the dude on.
Because I watch all the podcasts. I watch all the videos, listen to all the podcasts. Like this, that's my daily drive. So him and Laura Clary, like I listen to them all the time. So yeah, so this is gonna be cool to actually put a face and actually talk to somebody that you have gotten a lot of knowledge, because he is there at the facility. He's there with the camp. He is there doing the interviews with the players. So there's some things that I've quoted from him on our show. So this is going to be really cool. So like I said, if you want to be a part of that, go ahead and click that subscribe. That notification bell is important, because that's where we're going to be putting it at. We're going to be putting it all on social media. So
we got a question here.
All right, what do we got?
Take a quarterback first round in 2026. What position could you see them taking? Whew. Well, I mean, if the quarterback position pans out and they have their guy going into 2026, that's a good one.
I guess that's going to depend on who's there. Because looking at next year's draft, it's not like super loaded as far as skill positions. So I think next year's draft could be a very defensive heavy draft for the Colts. Focusing mainly on linebacker and potentially like maybe looking towards the future after DeForest Buckner. Because as we've seen with some guys we've talked about today, like Father Time is undefeated. Yeah. So at some point, some of our favorite players will fall off, and that's just the sad truth of it. So I think looking at the future, young talent to replace older talent.
Yeah, and since you said that, I would also kind of maybe look at that left guard spot, Quentin Nelson. I mean, he ain't getting any younger either. Mm-hmm. Offensive line, I don't think would be out of the question in 26 if it's not a quarterback. I would.
And no doubt,
that's where I'd go.
Like Big Q is still the best guard in football, and everybody, like NFL players, have said that. That's not us. That's right. But eventually, everybody falls off. Like Nick Mangold with the Jets was a monster. Everybody hated going up against him, and eventually, Father Time just kind of caught up with everybody. So it just happens.
You can never have too much line depth, man.
No, never. So we'll see.
That's my vote at line if they don't go quarterback in 26.
Mm-hmm. I'm with that. I think offensive line is always a great pick in the first couple of rounds.
Yeah.
So especially if it's like if it's light at that position, go offensive line.
You get one of the top. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If you can't get a good guy in the second or third, but go lineman in that first pick.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, we don't have like another Penei Sewell coming out next year. So next year's draft doesn't look that great on the offensive side of the ball, but hey, you never know. Like a lot of people didn't know Tyler Warren 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Agreed. Yeah. Probably just tight end is probably not there. I would assume running back probably won't be their first overall pick. I wouldn't even hate seeing secondary again. Just
no.
I
I'm with
wouldn't hate
that.
it.
I mean, outside linebacker, I think could be a big
Yeah.
focus in the draft. If there's like an outside linebacker that's looking really good, I think that could look really well. Brandon with another one. Okay,
Yeah.
that was a really good question, Brandon.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Outside of a quarterback, that's a really good one.
Yeah. Agreed. But yeah, we're an hour and 10 minutes. I think it's a good time to wrap up again, kind of on a really positive note about really big name wanting to come on. Well, we didn't beg, but we were like, hey, we'd love to have you on. Kind of gushed a little bit.
Well, all I did was reach out.
Yeah, and he was like,
And
yeah, I'll do it. So. So some excitement to look forward to. Really hope we can get him on a lot sooner than later. Hopefully before the season kicks off. We know he's going to be really busy training camp, but that ends July 26th. Of course, there's the first preseason game, July 31st for the Hall of Fame game. But hopefully, there's a window there between July 26th and when that the preseason starts.
We'll get it figured out.
Hopefully we can get him on,
and we'll let y'all know.
Yeah.
But there's only one way to know, and that's to hit that notification bell.
Yeah.
Also, about that notification bell is we're going to be doing a giveaway. We don't know exactly what yet, but doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers. The first 100 will be entered into a random drawing for that, and then we will be notifying you live on the show. So make sure that you have that notification bell hit.
Yeah. Help us out. I mean, if you're helping us out, viewership, subscribers, stuff like that, we definitely want to give back to the people that are watching and making it happen. So,
our way to say thank you. Like, you support us, we support you.
Yeah, and even if this goes somewhere and we start getting paid, that's the ultimate goal. If that happens, I'd like to think that I'm not the type of person that would turn our back on like the first hundreds that actually kind of.
Don't worry, y'all. I won't let them do it. I'll still be doing giveaways for all of you. Don't.
Exactly.
Like he might big time you one day, but I'm not going to do that. I'll never do that.
I can't.
No, he's not like that, y'all. I know Jeff. He ain't like that.
I can't see me big time in anybody. It'd just be awesome to get there and to be able to just reach more people and interact more about football. We love the sport, we love the team, and that's really what it boils down to. So that's really what I'm in it for. I mean, again, we're not getting anything out of this right now other than just talking to the fans. I met Justin on here, Curtis, Isaiah, met a bunch of really good people doing this, and that's really what it comes down to. And hell, if we can get paid to do it, hey, that makes it even better. Yeah. But that's why we're here, because we love it.
For right now, I guess, we got bedtime because we got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah, we do. It's kids about bedtime, and I got to be up. Goddamn, I got to be up at 6:30.
Crack a dog.
My hour drive to work. But I love it. It's a good job. It's a great company. And guys don't know Navy Federal. That's where I started working at, and it's they treat the people right. I'm not trying. This is not like I'm getting any type of sponsorship or anything with them, but it's a good company, and I've enjoyed it so far.
As a USAA member, I do got to give props to Navy Federal for what they did for your son, man. That was awesome. Kudos to them. That was dope, dude.
I mean, it was through those that don't know, my son has Down syndrome, so it was actually through the Down Syndrome Association of Houston. They do Buddy Walk. They do a lot of work for obviously kids with Down syndrome. And I entered a raffle for 4 Houston Astros tickets, and like around 2:00 in the afternoon, I think it was like 2 Wednesdays ago. They were like, hey, we've got 4 sweet tickets from the raffle if you're still interested in going. I was like, hell yeah. I let my job know. I say, hey, I won these sweet tickets in a raffle from Down Syndrome Association of Houston, and they're like, well, the game's at 7. You're not going to have any time, whatever. Why don't you leave now? It was like
I thought that was super cool, man.
Like, that was really cool of them. Yeah, it's I've typically had to beg or make up hours or do all this other crap. They're like, nah, go have fun with your family, go enjoy. So that was really cool of them, and they do stuff like that all the time. I've been there going on 8 months, and I love the job. But again, I like talking football more. Like, that's a job with great, with a lot of potential for a career. But it's like, man, if I could do this kind of shit instead, go to training camp and whatever. I mean, this right here.
That's something I want to talk.
This would be the dream come true.
That's something I want to talk to JJ Sankovitz about too. Like, what's that like?
What's it like to?
What's like having your dream job?
How awesome is it to get to like watch the game and announce like, oh, touchdown Colts, Alec Pierce? Like, how awesome is it to
Yeah,
do that in front of fucking 60,000 screaming fans? Like, how cool is
that's
that?
awesome.
Yeah. So I mean that's really the ultimate goal here is to be able to do stuff like that, go to the training camps, go to the games, ask those questions. That's really what the goal here is for all of us on not just Unstable but Curtis Podcast Network and all the sister channels. That's really want to get to, and we can't get there without y'all. And so, like I said, like, share, subscribe. Colts fans, hopefully in Indianapolis, so we can get some of those videos going. That would be awesome. We're always looking for a third seat. Again, this is about the discussion. So if you know them, throw them our way. We'd love to chat with them.
Yeah.
But
So
we got to head out, though.
Thank you for
Yeah,
sticking
thank
with
you
us.
for sure. Thanks for the interaction and the comments. We always appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time. Again, we're ramping up right now, so there'll be a lot more Unstable coming your way. So like, share, subscribe so you don't miss it. We'll see y'all next time. Y'all be good people.